Hey guys, and thank you for joining me for a little game of Flip City. This is one of the card games that I acquired recently, and it's pretty fun to play by yourself. I haven't played a multiplayer game of it yet because it's a little bit different, sort of how the game works. But I do like playing it alone so far. So Flip City is a deceptively simple micro deck builder by Chen Shifan. So it's a card game where you play cards from your hand in order to earn coins or victory points, and your goal is to basically in one building phase to achieve 7 victory points without busting, and that's sort of how you win. And you have a time limit in that you have a certain amount of buildings set out that you can purchase during the game, but every time you have to shuffle your deck, every time you run out of cards in your draw pile, you have to take one of those purchasable buildings away. So I'll set up for a single player game. And in a single player game you have a central park, convenience store, an apartment, a hospital, 4 residential areas, some central parks that you can purchase, a factory, no offices start in your hand, but you can pay for them eventually. And for some reason they say the offices are an optional building to play with, but I don't really know why you wouldn't play with them. They're pretty handy. Maybe they make it too easy. Four central parks, another factory, and another factory, and that should be it. Right. So these are the buildings that we can purchase with our coins eventually. and they all have different effects. So the Central Park gives you 2 victory points, and you can upgrade it to get 3, and they also have effects when you play them. But instead of sort of explaining every card from the start, I'll do it as we go, I think. So we start off with a factory, 4 residential areas, a hospital, an apartment, a convenience store, and a central park. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. Then what we do is we shuffle, and you're supposed to do this so that you can't see it, because it might change whether or not you decide to play the next card based on what you can see as the top card. So I'm doing my best to shuffle while not looking at the top card. Okay. So our first card is a convenience store. By playing it we get 1 coin, and if we manage to play 18 or more cards in this turn then we win. We obviously can't do that right now because we don't have 18 cards in our hand, but we will play the convenience store. Next is a residential area, which gives us 1 coin but also a frowny face. Now if you get 3 frowny faces in 1 turn, then you bust and you lose all those coins, and then you take the next turn. Unfortunately, the residential area has an ability that says, when residential area is the top card of your deck, you must play it. So we have to play this card. Next we have a factory, which will give us 2 coins, but also makes us discard the bottom card from our deck. We have a lot of residential areas, and I sort of don't want to bust this early because, it's good to not waste cards and not shuffle cards more often than I have to, because then I have to take one of these away, and if I don't get the victory condition before all these are gone, then that's when I lose. So I think what I'll do is stop before I play this one, which means I have 2 coins to spend, which means I can only buy a convenience store. And that goes into my discard pile. Now, if I had already had a card in my discard pile and I had these 2 coins to spend when I've decided to stop building, I can use the coins to upgrade one of the cards in my pile, which the cost here is 3. So if I had 3 coins I would have been able to flip that over and it becomes a better building. But I didn't have anything in my discard, so the only thing I could do was buy. And you can only take 1 action with your coins per turn unless you play cards that say otherwise. So now that I've played these cards, they also go into my discard. And we continue on. So I'll play the factory, which makes me discard this. So that's pretty good to discard. Now I have 2 coins. I can stop and upgrade my residential area. And basically that's good because it'll make me stop auto playing it. It'll turn it into an apartment, which I don't have to auto play, which means I'll bust less. And in fact it's probably the wisest decision because I don't have that many cards left and 2 of them are still residential areas. So I'm going to do that. I'm going to stop. I'm going to upgrade 1 residential area. Even though I have 1 coin left over, I can't upgrade another building because I've already taken my one action. And then we continue. So I'll play the apartment. And I have 1 coin and a frowny face. The hospital will give me 1 coin and another frowny face, and I'll get an extra coin for all the frowny faces that I've played. So I'll potentially get 1, 2, 3, 4. But with only about 4 cards left in my deck and 2 of them being residential areas, if I have to play one of those, I'll bust. So I'm going to stop with my 1 coin and upgrade my other residential area. Now I can play the hospital, and the hospital gives me a bonus coin for its own frowny face as well. So I get 2 coins for that, and a frowny face. 1 coin for that, and a frowny face. And now I have a central park and the last residential area. So I really don't want to play this. So I have to stop on 1, 2, 3 coins. So I can upgrade a convenience store, or I can buy an office or another convenience store. And I really do like the offices, so I'm going to buy an office. The office has a good ability that whenever I have to shuffle my deck, instead of shuffling this with it, I can set it aside and then put it on the top of my deck afterwards, which basically gives me a free coin at the start of my next build phase. So I'll actually leave it here, just so I don't accidentally shuffle it. Put these guys over here. Then I'll play Central Park and Residential Area. Now I have 2 victory points, but that's not enough to win, and I have 1 coin and a frowny face. Now, what I can do is leave these here, shuffle my deck, discard one of these cards because I had to shuffle it back into my hand, and then continue playing cards on this build phase. But I think what I'll do is upgrade my residential area into an apartment. So now I've only got 1 residential area that I have to play in my deck. Now we have to discard one of these cards because we're about to shuffle. So I think I usually get rid of the hospital just because I don't particularly find it that useful. So that's now out of the game. And now I'll shuffle. Alright, so I don't know what the top card is, but it would have been the office. So I will play that, and then we'll have a look. So we have 1 coin, and I'll play the convenience store for 2, and I'll play Central Park. And I'll play the hospital. Whoops. Alright, so now I have 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. Now, I can play the apartment, get another frowny face and another coin for 5 and purchase a factory. Or purchase an office and a convenience store. Or I can actually already buy 2 convenience stores this turn. As long as the last residential area isn't under this card. Let's risk it. Okay, cool. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. And the Central Park says you may buy one time in addition to your action this building phase, which means I can upgrade and buy, or I can buy and buy. And in fact, I'm going to, with my 5 coins, buy an office and a convenience store. And we start again. So I'll play the factory, which discards the residential area. I'll play an apartment. I'll play the convenience store. I'll play the apartment. And then I'll stop, because I'll bust. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins. What can we upgrade? If we upgrade an office, it becomes a trade center, which gives me 2 coins. And then I can flip it basically. This means I can flip this card back and recycle it. And then its ability will activate, and this is usually the cost. So if I recycle this, I'll get 1 frowny face for that turn. I like my free money, so I'm not going to upgrade the office. I can upgrade my Central Park, if I can find it. Because then I'll get 3 victory points for the station when I play it. Or I can upgrade my hospital, which becomes a church, which gives me an extra frowny face limit that turn, which I think is actually pretty good. So I'm going to upgrade my hospital, lose the coins, and get a church. Next, I'll play my apartment, and then we have to shuffle. So we'll discard another hospital. I'll shuffle. And I'll play my 2 office cards. So we're starting with 1, 2, 3 coins, plus a convenience store makes 4, plus an apartment makes 5. I really do want another Central Park, so let's play a convenience store. Okay, now we have 6 coins, which, as you can see, we've only got 5 or 7 costs, so we're going to lose. We're going to basically waste a coin here, because I can't play this without busting. So, do I want a factory? Because it gives me a couple of coins, but it does make me deck out quicker as well. Yeah, I think I'll grab one. So we start with an apartment, a convenience store, Central Park, a factory, a residential area that I have to play, and my church is my last card. So now we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coins, 2 frowny faces. If I play the church, I get an extra frowny face. And if I want Central Park actually, which I do, I'll play the church, which will give me an extra frowny face for my maximum, which means I can get another one without busting. But it also lets me shuffle my deck at the cost of discarding a factory. And then, what am I up to? 5. With my officers that I can play. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. I'll play these 2 officers, which would have gone back to my deck, but I've put them on top so then I can play them. So now I have 7 coins, and I'll use them to buy a Central Park, which goes into my discard, as do all of these. Hang on, I'll leave that one there. And then we can play. So the factory gives me 2, but makes me discard from the bottom. Convenience store gives me another one. Apartment gives me 1 more. What's my residential area in here? You're allowed to look in your discard pile. So yes it is, okay. So I can pretty safely play this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 6. Now, I can shuffle again, discard one of these bad boys, play those 2 and get a Central Park. I can, hang on, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So I play 1 and get a Central Park, or I can play 2 and flip an apartment, because in the single player game when you flip an apartment, you take it out of your deck. I think I might do that. So I'll play 2, I'll remove an apartment from my deck. I'll shuffle these at the cost of, let's see, let's get rid of another hospital. And then we discard all of these because we've played them. First we have residential area, which we have to play. Gives us 1 coin. We have convenience store, 2 coins. Central park, an apartment, another central park. What are you up to? 1, 2, 3 coins. I think I'll stop at 3 coins and 4 victory points to upgrade a convenience store into a shopping mall, which says if your deck is not empty you must play an additional card, but it gives me 2 coins and a victory point. So that could be dangerous with the amount of apartments we still have. But we also have a church, so that's not too bad. Then we have a factory. And I might stop. Hang on. Play the factory, so I have to discard this. Now, do I want to buy a convenience store or upgrade my last residential area so I don't have to autoplay it anymore? I think I might buy a convenience store so I can get some extra coins without too much danger. So then this goes to my discard. We will discard. What do we want to discard? Maybe another factory. We will shuffle our deck, which now has a significant amount of cards in it. Still not quite enough victory points to win though. So we need another central park or some more shopping centres. Shopping malls, I mean. Or I believe if I upgrade the factory, I think that gives me victory points as well. Let's have a look. Yeah. Factory upgrade, it gives a power plant, which gives 2 victory points, but also an unhappy face. Alright, so we have office, residential area, 1, 2, 3 coins, convenience store, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, central park. Could buy twice, but that would remove basically how many turns I have left to play, so maybe not. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I want 1 more coin so I can buy another central park. 7, 8. And discard the apartment. See, now I kind of want to remove this. I have 8 coins now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. How many left? 3. I'll just buy a Central Park. So the Central Parks that I played would let me buy one more time, but I don't have any coins left over, so it doesn't really matter. Right, so now we have a factory, and we have to discard from the bottom, which unfortunately is my shopping mall. An apartment for 4 coins. 1, 2, 3, 4. Do we have anything worth upgrading for 4 coins? Could go another convenience store into another shopping mall. Could go another residential area into an apartment. See, it would be a waste of coins. Let's buy another office. We've got 3, 1, 2, 3, 4 coins. Yeah, we'll buy an office. We'll discard Central Park, I think. I'm not sure if there's an actual strategy like that wins every time in this game or not, but I feel like that would ruin it anyway, so we'll play our offices. 1, 2, and 3. We don't really want to buy anything yet, so we'll play a factory for 4, 5, discard a convenience store, play Central Park. 6, 7, we'll discard another convenience store, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, I'll take my last Central Park, I think. Yeah. And we'll stop. Okay, now we don't really want coins, we just want things that can give us victory points. Okay. So, church, we got Central Park, apartment, residential area that I have to play. We have a lot of residential areas still left in here, and the shopping mall is going to make me play another one. Which I guess would be fine because we have an increased limit. So 1, 2, 3, 4, play the apartment. And if we want to upgrade something, we need 5 coins, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Alright, we can stop there. And upgrade Central Park into a station, which will give me 3 victory points instead of 2. Alright, so now we have a convenience store, which I might stop actually and upgrade my last residential area just so I don't have to play it. Don't want it ruining my my aiming for victory points now. So then we have an apartment and Central Park. And now what we might do is shuffle everything. Yeah, I'll leave them out. So we'll discard. We'll discard the convenience store. And then we'll shuffle. Put our offices into play. 1, 2, 3. And we'll continue. So we have 1 for any face, 1, 2, 3, 4 coins, 2 victory points, 2 for any faces. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. See, I probably shouldn't have shuffled these in. I mean, probably shouldn't have played them on top because I could have used them later as free coins to upgrade something in my discard. But now I either have to stop. Yeah, I'll just stop, but I won't buy anything. So I'll discard these. Alright, and then I'll play 1, 2, 3, 4. 1, 2. Please don't discard a Central Park. Alright, another factory. Dang it, there goes my station. So I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 coins. I'll get 7 and then 8 coins because then I can take another apartment out of my deck. And then send these to my discard pile. Alrighty, so Central Park and a shopping mall, which gives us 3 victory points, so that's a good start. And we have to play the next card that we get from shuffling after we get rid of this. You know what, I'll shuffle these in as well. And then I have to play a factory, which will discard an office, which is fine. We have 1, 2, 3 victory points and 4 coins. Play convenience store, convenience store, convenience store. One, two, three. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. But say I don't want to buy anything. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. How many victory points did I say I needed? Let me check. Let's have a look. Game end whenever player gains 8 or more. Okay. So, I guess we keep playing, so I'm gonna have to move everything up. Dang it. That's what I needed to win. Because I have like 1,000,000 coins right now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Plus 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12 coins. But everything that I would spend coins on are the apartments, which are in my thing. We have 1, 2 frowny faces, but we can get another one safely, so I guess we just keep going. 3, 4, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15. Actually, I win. Because if I go, I want to keep playing. 1, 2, 3. We discard a hospital. We shuffle my discard pile. I play the station for 3 victory points, which you can't really see. Because my discard pile was 2 cards, one of which was the station, one of which was the office. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we didn't bust because we have 1, 2 plus an extra limit, which is here, which means we don't bust. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. And if we had have played 1 extra card anyway, without busting, then the convenience store would have let us win. But we actually got the 8 points here, 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 and here. So, that was a bit of a weird game. It doesn't usually come down to that much, I don't think. Come down to the wire that much. Like, if I had to discard this, then I would have lost. Because that's the last buildable, building. And those, of course, the recycle abilities that these cards have with the green arrows. But I never really use them because I don't find them particularly helpful. Especially like the trade center, which sounds okay. Flip this card and shuffle your discard pile into your deck. But the way I read the rules, so like you could potentially keep going without having to stop and, shuffle. But the way I read the rules is that whenever you have to shuffle, you have to discard one of these. So this would just be making me, discard a buildable area earlier than I would want one. But yeah, that's actually sort of the weirdest game of Flip City I've played, where my discard pile was 2 cards and one of them was the one that I needed to win. If we had have had another apartment or anything else that would have given us a frowny face, we'd have lost that turn. Or if we didn't have the single church, or if this came up before the church, we definitely would have lost that one. But yeah, so that's Solo Flip City. It's fun to play. The cards are they feel really nice. They're like, there's a special word for it. They're not like just playing cards where it's a shiny, it's sort of got a textured finish to it. And they just feel very high quality. And I've played it a few times and shuffled it a bunch, but none of the corners are fraying or anything nasty like that. So I actually really like this game. I don't know how fun it is in a multiplayer game, as a multiplayer game, but I've had enough fun playing it by myself to, like, even if it's bad multiplayer, it won't bother me that much because I'll still enjoy playing it by myself. So I'd like to thank you for joining me for a riveting game of Flip City. And I hope you guys are looking forward to some more board and card games in future.